My wife and I are challenging ourselves to watch IMDb's top 100 rated movies in 2026. We spin this wheel, land on a random movie from the top 100, find it online, and watch it. Today we are going to be watching High and Low. Here is our second episode in our attempt to become better cinema watchers. This is the IMDb Top 100. Before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel. Every like, comment, and subscription helps me to continue to make videos like this for you guys. We are currently at 4,522 subscribers. My goal is to hit 5,000 by the end of February. Now let's get into the video. High and Low is ranked number 71 on IMDb. The film was directed by Akira Kurosawa and is his 23rd film. Anel and I found the film on HBO Max, but you can also stream it for free with ads on Tubi. High and Low's logline is as follows. An executive of a Yokohama company becomes a victim of extortion when his chauffeur's son is kidnapped by mistake and held for ransom. High and Low is a loose adaptation of the 1959 novel King's Ransom by Evan Hunter. Filming took place from September 2nd, 1962 to January 30th, 1963. The film only went through a month of post-production and was released on March 1st, 1963 in Japan. It was the highest grossing film of the year in Japan, grossing 460.2 million yen. The film had a limited release in the United States, but unfortunately coincided with the assassination of President Kennedy, and so the box office was significantly impacted by this. The original title of the film in Japanese is translated Heaven to Hell. Now, film scholar David Desser divided High and Low into three sections, describing the shift from the beginning of the film in Gondo's home to the middle of the film with the detective's investigation and the ending of the film with the kidnapper's world as, quote, planes of action, unquote, where the chronology of the film is moving from high to low. Now, some critics and movie viewers of the film have speculated that the beginning of the film takes place in a heaven type of place. The middle of the film is with the detectives and is a middle zone with demigods, angels, so on and so forth. And the ending of the film takes place in hell, or the lowest life of the city. Overall, the film was critically received very well in 1963 in Japan. The film has an 8.4 out of 10 on IMDb, a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes with the critics, and a 95% with the audience. The film has a 4.6 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Okay, we just finished High and Low. We're going to get Anel's thoughts on the movie. First off, did you like it?
I did.
What was your favorite part about the movie? Or like, what did you like about the movie?
I think it was that plot twist we got with, I already forgot. What was the plot twist that we got? And we were like, I did not see that coming.
When the caretaker died?
Yes, that was it. When they went to the house and I thought it was going to be the guy's house. And I was like, oh, they made it. Because the kid was like, oh, auntie and
Uncle.
Are sleeping. And then we were like, oh, they died. But also it was really interesting. Like, a lot of my favorite parts were when the detective would be like, we're not going to do this, and this is why.
What critiques, if any, do you have for the movie?
I think it could have been a lot shorter.
Okay.
Like, there was a lot of scenes that I was like, I don't think we really needed this. But I don't know, maybe we did. Like, the first hour of the movie when they were just in the house trying to figure everything out, I was just like, this is going on way too long. But
keep in mind, this was made back in the 1960s. Movies back in the 1960s were way slower.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, once they actually, like, I think from when they got onto the train, that was when everything started getting more interesting.
I've recorded all of my thoughts here in my movie journal, which is something I've been working on in 2026, recording my film thoughts down on paper. My thoughts on High and Low are that the story is very captivating. I am very interested in crime thrillers where it talks about the process that the police or the detectives go through in an investigation to try and capture the criminal. But something that really stood out to me was the cinematography that Kurosawa works with in this movie. He is very intentional with his movement of the camera, and the fact that they were able to edit this in a month speaks to how little they ended up shooting for this movie. but it's so intentional. He'll have a shot start up high, and then as characters sit down, he'll drop into their perspective, or he'll start low while they're standing and then move up to be looking down at them as they're sitting. And he does this constantly throughout the film, and he has these shots that just linger and just sit with the characters. And that leads me into my next point that I think is really great, and that is the staging of his actors in this movie. He consistently has the actors moving as the camera moves to change their position in the shot, and it's absolutely masterful. And if you pay attention to it, it is really telling a story underneath the story that is already being told. And then the other thing is the strategic use of the score. You don't realize that the score has not been used almost at all in this movie until the score starts coming in later in the film. And then all of a sudden you realize, wow, I have no idea. I had no idea that the score wasn't in the movie up until this point. It's really very interesting and very beautifully done. As in Seven Samurai and this movie, which is now my second Kurosawa film that I've seen, the acting is incredibly intense. He has such an intensity that he brings out in the actors that he works with, but it's brilliant. The actors do such an incredible job. A lot of the actors in this movie he had worked with multiple times before, and it really shows because all of the actors are so comfortable in their roles and what they are doing. My very brief critiques of the movie are that I think it is a bit long, and I know this is a critique that others share, but I think the film could have been paced up just a little bit. It still would have maintained the same impact. My other note is that I think the show for a character could have been fleshed out a little more. You could have kept the runtime and fleshed him out a little more because I feel like he's meant to be so impactful, but we just don't sit with him as much as I think we could have. It's still a phenomenal movie. I give it a 9 out of 10. Anel and I have put our rankings up. Neither of us are willing to put this movie above Fellowship of the Ring, so it is still Fellowship of the Ring and then high and low for both of us. And that is the second episode of the IMDb Top 100. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Follow along on this quest as we continue to try and watch the top 100 rated movies on IMDb. Let us know in the comments if you have seen High and Low before and what you think of the movie. If you want to get a movie watching journal to be keeping an eye on the movies you are watching yourself this year, you can find my link for that in the description below. Finally, I am also a movie director, and you can find my movie, Letting Go of Jack, at these links here if you are interested in watching, buying, or renting the film online. If you're interested in physical media, like I am, you can also buy a DVD of the film. My link for that is in the description. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys in episode 3.